Hi guys, good morning. How are you? I am having, let's see if I can get a little more light here. Probably not. I am having a live while my baby's asleep. So I just want to say hi. I'm going to answer some questions. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm going to see if I can go over here. Maybe it'll be a little better for the light. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Do you think? Yeah. Okay, so I didn't have a chance to do anything special because my baby is asleep. So I just thought I would hurry up and get on here. Hi, Sunny. Tell me where you're watching from. Hopefully you can see me. I got my cow here. My baby is here. So you guys asked me a lot of questions over on Instagram, so I thought I would answer those. And first, I was going to tell you about my No Dairy February. So on February 1st, I did hi in Rockford. So February 1st, I started No Dairy February. I did it with a chat group on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you can join my chat group. Just send me a message and I'll add you to my February chat group. We didn't really plan it ahead of time. We just started it like February 1st. So I did talk about it with my sister. We were going to do it together as a challenge because I've just really wanted to lose my baby weight, but I haven't had much luck. I lost about 25 pounds kind of right off the bat, but then the rest, which is another 25 pounds, has just been really slow. And so I was like, what can I do to lose the baby weight? And so I thought I'll do No Dairy February. So, but I did allow butter because I don't have to eat butter, but I have to eat ghee. I haven't found anything else that I really like. So I was going to allow myself to have butter and or ghee. I make ghee or I buy ghee or buy it at Costco. So I wanted to do that. And so far I've lost 6 pounds. And it's what, the 12th or some 14th. Obviously it's Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day. I forgot it's Valentine's Day. We kind of celebrated on Friday night. We had my husband fixed filet and also salmon. We bought this wild salmon at Costco and it was just so good. And I actually preferred that over the filet this time, which is strange. But I made a hollandaise, and the hollandaise recipes on my blog. I made a while back. I made chaffle hollandaise and chaffles with hollandaise and Bernschwager. It's on that recipe, so you can find that on my blog, and I'll try to put a description down below. So anyway, I did the dairy-free February, and so far I've lost 6 pounds. So I'm pretty psyched. I feel way less bloated. I mean, carnivore helps with bloating anyway, but I just actually feel like I lost weight. And yeah, it's been great. It was really hard the first few days because I kind of really leaned on the goat cheese. I was kind of using it like a dessert. So I would eat my meat or my eggs or whatever, and then I would just eat like a little 4-ounce log of goat cheese, like after my meals, like kind of as a dessert. And it was just becoming really like a crutch. And then another thing I gave up was, I like the Relight, which is the sweetener. It has sweeteners. The one that I like is lemon lime, and it has this stevia. But I gave that up because, leave your questions on the side, and I'll answer them in a minute. So anyway, I was drinking the Relight every day, and I just feel like because of the sweeteners, it's something that I really it is helping me with my breastfeeding because you get really dehydrated when you're breastfeeding. But I just feel like the sweeteners, while I do enjoy them so much, I just don't think they were helping. Maybe they were causing my insulin resistance be worse, or spiking my blood sugar because I was anticipating a sweet taste and my body was like getting ready for that. I don't know, but I switched to the unflavored Relight, which you can get down in the description box. You get a discount with my code GrassFedGirl, and I'll put that down in the description box when I finish this video. So yeah, I just want to give you an update on the No Dairy February. Again, we're doing it over on Instagram with a support chat, and it's been going really well. I've just been, since I'm the leader of the group, I've just been feeling like, really motivated to stick with it, and just been eating mostly meat and eggs and ghee. And then I'm eating some butter, but I'm trying to cut back on that because I feel like I do even better. I lose even more weight when I don't eat butter. So, but on Friday night we had a hollandaise with steak, so I didn't do very well with that, but whatever. I'm still losing weight, so just been amazing. I just feel like, my body must react to the goat dairy, or maybe it's just extra calories with extra fat. I don't know, but yeah, and also my appetite is way more regulated when I don't eat the goat cheese. And when I was pregnant, I was eating goat dairy, like goat yogurt, and I gave that up after I had the baby, pretty shortly after I had the baby. So it was just a lot of extra carbs and stuff. So anyway, that's my update on the No Dairy February, and hopefully he's going to stay asleep here. My husband is working, and we're about to get a big snowstorm here in Nashville, so everyone's kind of freaking out. When I went to Costco the other day, so I got all stocked up, and then so I have tons of food in my freezer and in my fridge, and then we also live across the street from Publix and Kroger, so we can always walk there if we need to in our snow boots. We'll probably get ice more than snow, but you gotta stock up when you're doing carnivore. All right, so let's answer these questions over here. Hi from Rockford, Illinois, welcome. Hi from Arizona. Where else? Who else is watching? Where are you watching from? Tell me where you're watching from. I'm in Nashville, and it's about to have a snowstorm. I hope you have stocked up. Right now I'm trying to make a roast beef in my oven, and we'll see how that goes. Roast beef. I've never made it before. It's very lean, so hopefully I'm cooking it on 300 for like 40 minutes. Tell me if that sounds right. I seared the top and bottom, and I put some kind of like herbs de Provence type spices. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Now Sunny D says, I'm doing carnivore to try and heal my gut. Pretty sure I have SIBO. Yeah, I think most people have SIBO. I feel like when they follow a standard American diet, I had so much gas and bloating. I really think I probably did too. But I never got formally tested. But there's actually a new study. Dr. Sean Baker was talking about it the other day. There's a big study that has been done. I don't know how many people it was, but that it's effective on SIBO. Carnivore is effective on SIBO. And that makes a lot of sense because the treatment for SIBO is an elemental diet, which is basically like protein shakes or antibiotics. So I'm done with antibiotics. I had a lot of antibiotics in the hospital when I was having him because I had a C-section and all that, and it was horrible. But I don't want to do any antibiotics if I don't have to. So I'm pretty happy that carnivore helped SIBO in this clinical trial that they did. So go for it. It can't hurt you, so why not? And ever since I've been doing carnivore, I don't have any heartburn. I don't have any constipation. It was a huge problem for me. I don't have any bloating, gas, any of that. So so Sunny D also says, I have butter and cream, but no cheese because probiotics in it makes the bloating worse. Hard to get enough calories. Boy, I could get plenty of calories with butter and cream. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, fatty meat. I think you can get plenty of calories. You talking about the like fermented properties of cheese. Is that what you mean, Sunny? She says because the cheese has probiotics in it. So I guess you're talking about the good bacteria or something in like aged cheese, I guess. Okay, Rockin' Rosa Wellness says, hello from Colorado. Just got 3 storms back to back, lots of snow here. Ooh, we don't get snow here very often, so everyone's freaking out. We're not equipped like you guys in Colorado for that. And John Chapman says, hi from Tiffin, Ohio, 21 degrees here and sunny. Yeah, it's about 20 something degrees here, but it's not sunny at all. So I'm having trouble getting light from the street, from the window. If you didn't know, I had a big fire. This was last Sunday, same time. My air fryer caught on fire because I had short ribs in there and they were so fatty that the grease caught on fire. My entire air fryer caught on fire. I was very scared because I had to get the fire extinguisher because I didn't want my kitchen to burn down. And I was luckily able to put the baby out of the way. And it was very scary because I've never used my fire extinguisher before. And I just didn't want the whole kitchen because it would look like it was going to climb up the wall. And I was really freaked out. And I also burned my finger on the grease from the short ribs because I was trying to, I saved the short ribs. So of course I could have left them in there, but I wanted to, they weren't messed up, so I didn't want to leave them in there to burn up. So anyway, the long story short, and I did go to urgent care and they said, just watch it and keep it bandaged up. And it's really getting better. I've been using my essential oils on it and it's been getting a lot better, but it's just kind of raw still. I don't want to, knock it on things and get crap in it. So I'm just trying to cover it up. So anyway, be careful and always clean out your air fryer because if you get too much grease, it can catch on fire and it's a big mess. So PSA on that. Okay, so I'm going to answer some of the questions that people ask me on Instagram. And let's see here. If you have any more questions, good time for flour. What do you mean? John says, good time for flour. Okay, here's one. I've heard all my life red meat is bad. Can you talk about that? That all stems from the ideas, I think, perpetuated by the Ansel Keys. So I think that all comes from his research that fat, it causes cholesterol, causes heart disease, and animal fat causes heart disease. And so I think it all started from that. You got to remember a lot of those early researchers in the meat-based, we're the meat-based space. In the early researchers in nutrition in America anyway, especially in this, last 100 years or so, were very religious people. They had an agenda of keeping people people abstinent. They wanted people to be abstinent and not have sex before marriage, things like that. So they had an ulterior motive because they knew that eating meat and fat and butter and eggs and all that stuff would make you very healthy and virile. And so that was part of their agenda, kind of a hidden agenda behind the scenes of saying that meat is bad for you. And then, you should eat more cereal and grains, and all that stuff makes you kind of slow and your brain doesn't work as good and you don't have as much energy. So they knew what they were doing and it worked because we're all slow and fat and sick now. So they did it. So yeah, that was where it comes from. And cholesterol, does meat cause cholesterol? It's the same person. Does cholesterol cause issues? People with higher cholesterol usually have higher lifespans. So, that kind of goes back to the same thing we we're just talking about. It's the hidden agenda of keeping people in kind of state where they're not wanting to have sex before marriage and that kind of thing. So that's where that whole cholesterol thing, because cholesterol makes our hormones, it makes us, have sexual desires. So those people were writing all of this research to try to keep us from having, carnal desires. So you just always have to have critical thought when you think about that stuff. And, cholesterol, I think she says, does cholesterol cause issues? Cholesterol causes more issues if you don't have it. So if you don't have enough cholesterol, and I think this is what happened to me, I didn't have enough cholesterol because I was eating such a low-fat diet for so many years that I started to have hormone problems. I had a lack of vitamin A. Lack of vitamin A causes immune system dysregulation, and then I started to have hashimotos, which is thyroid disorder. So yeah, I think it definitely causes some issues when you don't have enough cholesterol, that's for sure. Is it good for the heart? Absolutely. Our bodies, we ate millions and millions of years. All we did was kill meat, kill animals, and eat them. So why would we do that? It's an instinct. It goes with our very makeup as human beings. So why would we do that if it wasn't good for us? Now we have a choice because of trucking, because of refrigeration, because of global transport, because of airplanes. We didn't used to have a choice of eating lentils in February, So, all right, what to eat in summer when you want something cool to eat on the carnivore diet? I'd sometimes go a little ketovore in the summer, like eat some mayonnaise, like avocado mayonnaise with some salmon or tuna. That's what I like in the summer, like if I'm going on a picnic or something like that. You can just eat cold, sliced up steak, sliced up roast beef, cold cuts, that kind of thing I would eat in the summer because I really, don't like cooking when it's hot or turning on the oven when it's hot. What brands of clean supplements and what supplements do you recommend for carnivore? Now, since I went to nutrition school, I have access to supplements that are practitioner grade. So things like Designs for Health, or those you can probably get on Amazon. There is a lot of supplements like Biotics, another brand. There is a ton of practitioner grade supplements that Standard Process, for example. Those kinds of supplements would be the ones I would get if I was going to get a lot of supplements, but I've actually done tons and tons of supplements in my years since I got sick in 2009, and they never really helped me all that much. So I don't have a high regard for a lot of supplements because I have had such a dramatic improvement from the carnivore diet rather than taking supplements. And it was just so fast. I took supplements for so many years, really, really fancy ones, expensive ones, the best you can get, and they did nothing for me. So I don't have much reverence for supplements. So I would get, I like to take vitamin D, I take magnesium. You can get like Natural Calm, or I take magnesium SRT, which is down in my Amazon shop. So those are really good. But other than that, I don't think it's super necessary to take supplements. We'll make sure your vitamin D is good, get out in the sun. I am in the sun from May to October, as much as possible, March to October, really. All right, let's see some of these questions over here. Oh, okay, good time for flour. Yeah, I think I heard that about, there was some other thing that I think somebody mentioned they used. He's talking about the grease fire. Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about fire, so I just was lucky that I had a fire extinguisher under my sink, and then it was just handy, and I'd never used it before, so it was ready to go. We moved in this house about 5 years ago, So I was just lucky that I bought one then and it was still there. So yay, I saved the day. And also we had renovated our house and our kitchen, so I really didn't want it to burn up. So let's see. The garden, Rose is talking about the Garden of Eden diet. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same thing. Our bodies produce cholesterol without eating it, so it is obviously an essential. All the cells in our body require it. Some plants also contain cholesterol. Absolutely. It is so, so crucial for every function. John Chapman says, are you 100% carnivore? Do you use mayonnaise? I just talked about that mayonnaise just a second ago, so hopefully I answered that. And then, but yeah, the last, I go through phases of being super strict and then not as strict, depending on what I'm trying to do at the time. So right now I'm trying to lose the baby weight, and so I'm doing no dairy February, so it's very strict. And like I just said, I was giving up the sweeteners in the electrolyte drink, and I gave up all dairy. And so I'm just eating meat and eggs and butter and ghee. And yeah, it's pretty strict right now. But sometimes, like I did last summer I was pregnant. So, I wasn't as strict, but I was still like 90% strict, eating meat basically every meal. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Another question over here. How many days a week do you recommend to eat pork, chicken, fish, lamb, and carnivore? I mean, you're eating meat every day, all the time, every day, all day, every meal. So, of course, you would eat it every meal. I don't eat pork. My husband doesn't eat pork, so we just don't eat pork. And so I don't eat, and I don't enjoy chicken. Sometimes at a restaurant I'll get some chicken wings, or my husband loves chicken, so sometimes I'll eat chicken with him, but usually I'll eat meat also with it. Like I'll eat red meat as well. So it'll be just like a side item or like a appetizer. But I don't crave chicken. And I mean, I think if you're really wanting to do carnivore for your health, you want to stick to meat and lamb and ruminants mostly. But it's not going to hurt you to eat a little bit of chicken and fish. I mean, chicken and pork. Now, fish is great, great, great for you. I don't crave fish, but I grew up loving fish, and I still love fish, but I don't crave it the way I used to. But I will eat it. Again, it's kind of like a side item, not necessarily the main thing that I eat. And lamb, I love lamb. I eat it, probably once a week. It's, a little sometimes expensive, harder to find in America. So I don't eat as much lamb as I used to. I mean, as I would like, I guess, because it's just harder to find. But I love lamb. Let's see. I have another page here. Okay, what one meat you would eat forever? Probably brisket, ribeye, I don't know, any fatty meat that's beef. One meat I would eat forever. All right. What did you do for glucose testing while carnivore and pregnant? I have made videos about this. I did the Keto Mojo, which I have a link in the description box. I will leave it there after I finish this. And I did 4 times a day. I pricked my finger and I wrote down my blood sugar, and then I turned it in for 2 weeks to my midwife. And I went to a hospital where they had midwives, and they were happy with that. I did not have to drink the whatever that is, the glucoa thing that they do for most people. I was afraid I would fail that. That's why I didn't do it. And also, just because I'm not used to eating that much sugar at one time, so I did not do that. And yeah, so I did just the blood sugar. You can be your own advocate. You can make the choice. You can tell them, hey, I know how to take my blood sugar. I'm going to do it at home, and I'll show you. And it's actually a lot more relevant, a lot more reliable than what they're asking you to do. So best source of omega-3s, I would say just eat fish. Just eat fish. You could eat cod liver, actually cod liver oil, the actual cod livers. They're in cans. I might eat that. I've never tried it. I've never found that around here, but I haven't really looked. But I'd say sardines, excellent. I don't take it fish oil. I kind of sketches me out. I just don't feel sure that it can stay good while it's being transported and processed and all that stuff. So I just say eat fish and just hope for the best. And you can eat, of course, grass-fed beef has more omega-3s, so that's a good option. Yeah, and then do you know of a good fasting app that also tracks the menstrual cycles? No, I don't use fasting apps. I don't fast. I have a history of really just binge eating and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really think that fasting, for me, it brings up a lot of negative feelings and a lot of just freaking out, and I feel very restricted by fasting, and it makes me pig out either before the fast or after the fast. I pig out. So it just doesn't do anything positive for me. It's just not worth it for me, what it does to me mentally. So I do not fast. So I don't know a good fasting app. Menstrual cycles, I'm trying to think. It's been so long because I was pregnant for so long. I can't remember the name of the one that I used for tracking my menstrual cycles, but there's tons of free ones. You can just Google it or look on the App Store. They're really not, they're all about the same. I don't think there's something special about that. But yeah, if you're trying to get pregnant, do not fast. Do not, because that is a very, very, very strict, very big stressor. So no fasting if you're trying to get pregnant, okay? Did carnivore help you with fertility? So the thing about that is, it's a very private issue, and everybody's different. It's super, super, super individual. So I think getting, so let's apply it to you. Getting as healthy as you possibly can is going to help you get pregnant every single time. However method you choose for that to happen, it is going to, if you're optimally healthy, that is going to help you get pregnant. So get optimally healthy with carnivore. It's going to get rid of your nutrient deficiencies. It's going to balance your hormones. It's going to do all of those things. So do that first. And then guess what? You're going to have an easier time getting pregnant. So it's so individual. Doesn't matter what I did, because what I did was carnivore for 1.5 years before I even thought about getting pregnant. And I also saw tons of doctors. I got really checked out, made sure all my insides were working right. You also need to get your partner checked. So just apply all that information to yourself. Do all that. Track your cycles, track your ovulation. It's a full-time job, really, if you're trying to get pregnant, especially the older you get. And, if you are older, get off your ass and get to it, because you don't have time. All these people saying you have time, blah, blah, blah. You don't have time. Your eggs are dying every day. And I don't want to just don't delude yourself. Get on it. All right. So let's see, we talked all those. And if you have any questions, if you want to ask me something, you always email me. My email is down in the description box. You can always direct message me on Instagram if you have a private question about that. All right. No dairy means no eggs. Eggs do not come from cows, so they're not dairy. So eggs are from chickens, so they're not dairy. I love raw dairy, but I need to cut back. It's awesome. Yeah, it's so tasty. And, dairy has an addictive property called casein, and it makes you really triggers your dopamine and makes you want more and more and more. So that's why I thought I was doing okay with the goat dairy, but it really wasn't. So spoiler alert, I had to give up the goat dairy too. So yeah, I'm hanging in there with a little bit of butter, but I'm mostly going to eat ghee because I want to have the best success. And I will continue on with the no dairy into March. So if you want to join my chat over on Instagram, just send me a direct message. I'm Grass-Fed Girl on Instagram, and you can join the No Dairy February challenge. It's just a support chat. Yes, sardines, pickled herring, great sources of omega-3s. Okay, let's see. We have one more page here. Have you ever tried tallow balm? It's so good for the skin. I think I have tried it a while ago. I just got some more tallow, so I might be making some tallow balm. Leave a comment if you want me to make tallow balm down. I'll make a video of tallow balm and my essential oils. So I'll make like a skin therapy with essential oils and my tallow balm, tallow. So leave a message down in the description if you want me to make that on the video. All right, she says, am I a reader? Do I read books? And what are my favorites? Last year, this time, we were on the beach in Miami, and I read Where the Crawdads Sing. That was the best book. I read it like in 2 days or something. So yeah, that was the last time I got to relax. Now that I have a baby, I don't get to read much. Thank you, Erica. All right, I'll do that. And that was the last time I read a book, a real book. I mean, I read stuff about nutrition all the time, but I don't read like nonfiction very often. Do your children eat carbs? Well, this is my children, my only children, my only child. So he is not eating food yet. So 1 more month, I go to a nurse practitioner for him, and she said when he is sitting up, I can feed him food, and he is not sitting up yet. So I don't know if she means 6 months or sitting up or just sitting up. So nothing is happening that so far. We're not eating food. So we'll just wait on that maybe a month or 2 and see what's going on. I did make him a little popsicle with breast milk, so I'm going to give him that later. Hopefully that will keep him occupied for a while. I'm lucky he's sleeping right now. It's my Valentine. So sweet. All right. And they said, do my children eat carbs? I'm planning to do like paleo, Weston A. Price, kind of a mix of approaches. I really want to keep them low carb. I want to feed that savory taste buds. So I don't want them to eat a lot of carbs, a lot of sugar. I want to get that foundation. My sister fed her babies a lot of sardines and stuff like that. And now, they can eat sardines. And almost every single one of my sister's kids' meals, she has 2 kids now, and is meat-based. It's just a big hunk of meat. And then if they eat a little bit of fruit or something on the side, okay. But, the big majority of their food is just meat. And, that's what they think of as food. Even if you give them like a McDonald's hamburger, they'll rip off the top and the bottom and throw it down. So I just want to instill in my kid that is the way to eat. Go for the meat first, and then, keep the carbs low. And I know at a certain point you can't control what they're going to eat, when they get older and they go to birthday parties and school and everything else. So I just want to try to instill that taste for natural unprocessed meat first, eggs, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I want to definitely keep it on the low carb side. Somebody asked about how my finger is healing up. It is healing really well. It's only been a week, and I'm about to take this off and just let it dry up. It's just still kind of exposed and open, and I just don't want to knock it because I'm very active. I do a lot of things around the kitchen and house and everything, and I just don't want to be knocking it or getting dirt in it and everything. So but it's going really well. I've been putting essential oils every day. I didn't use the cream that they gave me at the urgent care because it had parabens and all kinds of crap in it, and I just didn't want to put that on my skin. And so I think it did have some colloidal silver in it, but it just had a bunch of other junk in it, so I just didn't want to take that. And then somebody asked me, how often do you eat organ meat? I've been eating it more often. When I was pregnant, it really just, the thought of it turned my stomach, even though I grew up, my dad gave me a taste for liver when I was little. We used to eat fried chicken livers from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So that was that was where I learned to eat organ meat. So I don't have an aversion, but when I was pregnant, it really didn't sound good to me. I took a lot of liver pills, and I'll put the liver pills that I took in the description box. So I took those when I was pregnant. I also took folate. I did not take a prenatal per se, but I did take folate because I didn't want to have the birth defect, which is like the cleft palate. I didn't want that. So I took folate just in case, even though I wasn't really worried that I had any deficiencies, but you just don't want to take any risks. And I did take liver pills pretty much every day. So now I've been eating liver more lately because my husband found a good source of it, and he's been buying little pieces. I get overwhelmed when I get like a huge piece of liver. It's just like, whoa, what am I gonna do with that? But he buys like maybe a half a pound or so, and I can cook that up and eat that, and he'll share it with me. And my mom also eats it with us. She eats with us like 3 or 4 nights a week. So we'll share all that and just have a little bit for each person, like 3 or 4 ounces each person. And that is something I've been doing more lately. I cook an onion with it, and I just give them the onions, and I just eat the liver, but it gives a nice flavor. So, okay, so that's all the questions that I have. Oh wait, one more. Why do you make capsules instead of putting in water? So they're asking me about my Relight. Sometimes I put it in capsules. Like I said, I stopped drinking the one that has the flavors in it, that has the stevia in it, then the lemon lime, and because I wanted to see if it was affecting my blood sugar, which I do think it is, because now that I'm doing the no dairy February, I'm actually starting to lose weight. So I have stopped that. And so then now I have the unflavored, and the unflavored, I really don't like the taste of it in water. So sometimes I put it in little gelatin capsules, and those are in my description box in my Amazon shop. And you can get a discount on my Relight with the code GrassFedGirl over at the Redmond website, and I'll put a link down below. So I just don't like the taste of salt water. It makes me want to gag. So I just put it in capsules sometimes, or I'll just put salt in capsules because I can just swallow them and I don't have to take them. I don't have to put them in water and then drink it. I would rather just drink plain water and not have to taste the salt. So I just put it in capsules. So that's what somebody asked me. All right, guys, I think my baby is going to wake up, and I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. So it's been really fun to talk to you guys this morning. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to put out a video tomorrow or the next day about Costco, eating carnivore at Costco. So stay tuned for that. And please subscribe. Make sure that you are staying in tune with all my videos, because I put one out every Monday morning. So it's been great talking to you guys. I will see you next time. Stay safe in the snow and in the winter. Soon it will be warmer and we'll be happy again. Yay. All right. So please subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll see you over on Instagram at GrassFedGirl. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.